Well, good morning. Today is Wednesday. November. It's not November. What are you thinking? I was going to say January. I'm just lost in my own little world. I'm trapped. It's take two. Well, good morning. I didn't know you were there. Come on aboard. We'll see. Let's see what's going to do today. Let's see what's going to do today. You know what? I might as well just start all over again. Take three. Well, hello. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 7th. It's a cold day. It's very cold. You're probably wondering where Birdie is. No Birdie. We got some pretty bad weather overnight. And as a matter of fact, Denise was going to get a dog. She's getting a new puppy on the other side of the state. So her and Gary left this morning. And just to get to the main highway, not to the main highway, but to the expressway that she needed to use. I'm not going to tell you because Denise doesn't like all that, information going out there. But would have normally been like a 25-minute drive to get there. It took her over an hour and a half. So she just turned around and came home, called the lady, and the lady's going to hold the puppy till next Wednesday because Gary has Wednesdays off. So, and then Birdie called me and she said she didn't want to go out in this weather. And so I said, fine, I'll just stay in bed, watch videos, which is not the right thing to do. I should have gotten up and I should have been moving because I needed the exercise. And so I'm thinking, what do I need to motivate me? So I went looking through some of my old Weight Watcher books, and guess what? Exercise. The exercise guide to, the exercise hater's guide to exercise. I don't hate exercise, but in the winter, we all know no one wants to exercise. In the summer, it's so much more fun because you can play tennis, you can play golf, you can play softball, you can ride your bike, you can go on picnics, you can go to concerts outside, like you sit on the grass, go for walks, you see your neighbors, go swimming, water skiing. There's so much more to do. In the winter, ski, I guess that's about it. Sled, toboggan. Well, you can still walk. I can't walk. Most of my neighbors, and I live in a very young subdivision, and a lot of them have teenagers, but they still don't have their snow shoveled. When I was younger, way back in the olden days, my brothers were out there with a shovel, and they shoveled the snow, and then we'd go out and earn money shoveling snow. I think I've been here. Well, I know I've been here 12 years, and in 12 years, I think I've had one person come to my house and ask to shovel snow. And I said yes. I didn't need the snow shoveled that much, but I just gave them because of their gumption of going out there. And so I gave them $20 to shovel maybe less than an inch of snow. But it was just the fact that they were getting out there. And so I thought, they'll be back when there's a heavy snow. No, they never came back. And they did a good job. It wasn't like they took the money and ran. They did a good job, but it was just, I guess I don't know. So anyway, when I can't go for a walk because half of the sidewalks aren't shoveled, and we all in this neighborhood have snow blowers, and so it's even easier. You just stand behind a power machine, but that's enough of that rant. But that's good exercise too, but not if you're overweight, and you got to be careful when you're older. But anyway, I thought I'd talk about the Exercise Hater's Guide to Exercise. And it starts off with, if you're like most of us, you've probably come up with a reason or three to avoid exercise. But here's the thing, if you want your weight loss to stick, it's important to make it a part of your life. 90% of the people who have kept their weight off had exercise of some sort in their life. That doesn't mean you have to go out and run a marathon, but you have to get out there and move. That's what they're telling you. And now the good news, exercise doesn't have to be unpleasant, painful, or daunting. So what's your excuse? I just gave you my excuse, which is not really a good one. But one of the excuses they say is it takes just too much time. Be honest about what you do with the time in your life. Do you have time to watch TV? Do you have time to go shopping? Do you have time to go out with friends and grab a beer? If you have time for those things, you have time for exercise. So what you want to do is kind of sneak it in. And don't think of it as an exercise, just think of it as an activity that you want to do. Get off the escalator when you're shopping, take the stairs. If you're at work, rather than answer an email question, if it doesn't really need a written response, walk over to their cube and tell them, what the answer is. And look for activities that you can use instead of using, like, instead of the snowblower, try using a shovel, you know. I mean, within reason, don't go crazy. And what you want to do is make it a priority. You have to say, like, when the weather is so much nicer, I don't lay in bed watching videos, playing games on my phone. I get up and walk, mainly because I want to walk before it's too hot, and I just want to start my day. I'm in no big hurry to start my day in the winter. I'm just not. It's not an excuse. Well, it is an excuse. Stop saying it's not an excuse when it is an excuse. I'm lazier in the winter. I really am. I'm a lazy butt in the winter, and I think a lot of us are, but we just have to put a little more emphasis on moving. You can move in the house. I mean, I can do exercise. There's so many videos on YouTube that you can watch. I have the Richard Simmons, you know, workout video. I have all of that stuff, but I just don't incorporate it. I know I said I was going to buy a treadmill this winter, but it just never fit into my budget, and I just found other things to buy. But I really do, and I don't like walking on a treadmill. But I really know that next year I'm going to have to get a treadmill. One of the reasons I didn't want to get a treadmill is I'd have to put it down the basement. And that's where the kids play. And even though you tell little kids to stay off just different things, they're still going to go on them. And I was just afraid that they would play with it as a toy. Next year they'll be a little bit older, a little bit more wiser, and they'll know not to do it. I kind of want to get one that I can put in my bedroom that folds up, that I can just put off to the side and then bring it down when I want to use it. But we'll see. That's next year. Another excuse is it's just too hard. Can it, not can't it. So you can say, I can walk to the park and back. I can ride a bike with my grandson. I can take a stretching class at the Y. So you want to watch your language. Don't say can't. I told you that I'm trying not to use that word can't anymore. If you don't like the words exercise and fitness, use something that's better. Just say, like, I think I'm going to go out for some fresh air. You're still getting exercise, but you think you're getting fresh air. Or I'm just going to go out and play with the kids. You know, when my kids were little, we had a basketball hoop on the attached to the house, and we used to every night after dinner go out and play basketball. You know, we'd play horse, or we would play a little bit of basketball, but not very much. And you also want to get a buddy. I don't mind walking by myself, but I'll be honest with you, when I walked with Denise, it was more fun. You have somebody to talk with. A lot of times I'll just call somebody on my phone and talk to them while I'm walking. I talk to Denise when I'm walking, and sometimes I'll call Christy and talk to her while I'm walking. But what you want to do is, you know, I love listening to my music, and I can sing and nobody can hear me, other than the dogs. But, you know, they only can howl so long, and then once I'm past, their keen sense of hearing goes away. It's uncomfortable. Well, slow down. Start at an easy pace. Take it for 10 minutes at a time. You don't have to say, well, I have to go exercise, I got to get 30 minutes in. Start with 10 minutes. Then maybe a little later on, do 10 minutes more. But if you do it every day and get to a habit of doing it at a certain time of day, you're more likely to stay with it. And dress appropriately. If you're going to go for a walk in the winter, don't think, well, I'm just going to put on, you know, a pair of shoes and go for a walk. You need to have a good walking shoe. You need to wear a hat. You need to wear layers of clothes so that as you're walking, you are going to get warmer. You can start like unzipping your coat or take. A lot of people have like those vests. As long as your chest area is warm, I think a lot of times that's all you really need to worry about. Another reason is I feel embarrassed. Stop comparing yourself to others. People who may not be faster, stronger, or thinner than you, who cares? They probably started off overweight too. Not all of them. I'll grant you there's a lot of healthy people that go all the time. But there are those few people in there that started off heavy, started off slow, and worked their way up. And you know what? I've always said this. You want to take a picture of me? Take a picture. If you want to look at me, look at me. You want to look twice, look twice. You want to look a third time? Go ahead. You want to have somebody else talk to somebody and point me out? I don't really care. I'm not going to see you again. That's the only day I'm going to see you. And maybe I'll see you again tomorrow if I go back there again. But you know what? After a while, you'll get tired of looking at me. You'll get tired of pointing at me. And after a while, you'll see that I've achieved what I set out to do. And then you can point at me and say, you know, I remember when she was heavy and we were making fun of her, but look at her now. She's really going strong. She didn't let me stop her. I really got to give her some credit for that, some kudos. Because you know what? Even though she thought that people were making fun of her, and we probably were, I got to give her credit. She stuck it out, and look how good she's doing. That's the way I think. I don't know if it's what they're thinking, but I don't really care. I really don't. And I know that people are going to say, well, I want to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked. I want to be liked. I know I want to be liked. But not everybody in the world is going to like you. I learned that at a very early age. My parents stressed that to us when we were growing up. You're going to find people in life that don't like you, that for whatever reason they're not going to like you. That doesn't mean you have to treat them poorly or badly. Just accept the fact that you don't get along, that you're not alike, that you're never going to be friends, but be kind and be nice. That's all you can do in life. And that's all I can do. I can be kind and nice. If I can see somebody looking at me and they keep staring, I'll just wave at them. I don't really care. And I know a lot of people don't have that attitude, but that's just the way I was brought up. And I don't have a problem with people staring at me. I really don't. Another reason is it's boring. What you need to do is listen to some music when you're walking, or, even if you listen to, sometimes people listen, I like to, when I watch a YouTube video, I like to see the person, because I feel like we're talking back and forth with each other. And, but a lot of people just listen to people's YouTube channels as they're walking or exercising or, whatever they're doing. Just keep something. I've always told you that I like to set little goals with each song. I want to get this far when this song gets over, because after a while you know about how long songs are. Usually they're between 2 and 4 minutes. And just figure, well, in 2 minutes I think I can get to that house, or I can get to that post or that tree, or just set it up. Because if you play games with yourself, and that's what I'm doing, I'm playing a game. It's like I try to beat my time. If I'm walking my 2 miles, I try to get it in. Usually my 2 miles takes me probably about 40 minutes, 42 minutes. Sometimes I like to try to get it down to 40, 38, the older I get, the harder it is to do, but it's still a goal and I'm still attempting it. And you want to make sure you set an activity goal. So just don't have excuses either, because some of the excuses they say is, I'm just too tired. Exercise will always give you energy, so if you're too tired, just exercise and you'll be fine. I forgot my socks. Pack a gym bag, have it in your car so if, it's always ready. My aerobics swim bag is always ready, so all I have to do is grab it and go. And I'm going to be sick. Yeah, so you're sick, you throw up, and you move on. I don't know what else to say about that. But some goal-setting secrets is what you want to try. Number one is start small. Be realistic. If you want to walk a marathon, don't say you're going to walk 5K tomorrow. You got to work your way up to it. Sign up for a class. Join an exercise class. If you have to pay for something, you're more likely to go. I pay $56 a month for Weight Watchers. I'm going to go to the meetings. I'm going to go anyhow because they give me motivation, but part of the reason is I spent $56. I'm going to this meeting. And spread the word. Tell people about your goal. You can tell people, I'm going to try to walk a 5K. They're going to be a little more inspirational, and maybe they'll walk with you or something or help you along. So that's all I got to say about that. I screwed up a lot of time at the beginning, but that's who I am. I will see you at breakfast, and this will be a two-parter today. Okay, let's eat breakfast. I'm going to have an egg, some toast, and a banana, grapefruit, and tea and water. I used the sugar-free Smuckers for 0 points, and I used the light wheat whole grain. It's 2 points for 2 slices of toast. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. I want you to pray for Videra 57, Vicky's aunt, and also for Lulu's husband, who's just been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. But my quote is, never let a stumble in the road be the end of your journey. 25 smart points. It's just a 2-point breakfast. 2 for my toast, 0 for my egg, my grapefruit, my banana, my tea, and my water, 0 for the sugar-free jam. So I still have 23 points left for the rest of my day. Okay, I did put it on a smaller plate, but that's still a lot of fruit. But I just got cleaning and I just went crazy. But anyway, I have strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries, a cup of tea, and another glass of water. And they're all 0 points. I know they're high in carbs, but I think it's a healthy carb rather than a bread carb. And I could very easily eat some bread right now. So I'm going to choose the berries. So stay tuned for part 2.